Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching the Big Bang Theory. This is the 17th episode of the 6th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you like to watch today's full episode, it is available for the link in the description below. Just click in it, put the password in, and enjoy. So last episode, it was interesting. It was Valentine's Day. Now, it all looked like it was going great for Penny and Leonard. They went out, nice restaurant. He was actually double dating with Bernadette and Howard, but them two was looking like they was going to spend a nice romantic night out. Now, so when they got to the meal, you know, Penny ended up seeing her ex-boyfriend sitting across the way who actually cheated on her with her best friend who was still dating him, and he was both there. And, you know, what was meant to be a great night for them two, just to be intimate together, you know, it turned into a night where Penny was upset and kind of jealous that somebody could put her through something so painful, slash also her best friend, you know, being over there enjoying themselves. And it made it even worse, knocking obviously the nail on the head with him actually proposing to her where she accepted. So Leonard, he's obviously kind of a bit upset because he's seen Penny kind of jealous of the situation that her ex-boyfriend is happy and moving on, and he's kind of taking it a little bit personal himself, even though Penny never meant to, you know, ever kind of put anything on him, if that makes sense. It was just a situation, basically, she was saying. How can some arsey people like that, you know what I mean, end up having a happy ending when they put me through something that was so kind of miserable, which I kind of get. But they ended up going back home to the apartment and having a sit down and discussion, and he was talking about marriage and stuff like that, and he was saying, look, I know that I proposed to you quite a number of times, and, you know, maybe we want to break the mold and do something different. I don't want to put pressure on you, maybe thinking that, you know, I'm going to do it here, there, and everywhere. You know, I want you to be special, so maybe we do a deal between ourselves. You know, if you ever want to get married, then you propose to me. You know, I want the whole 9 yards. I want you to sweep me off my feet. I want it to be unpredictable. But that way we know that everybody's ready at that time. So that's going to be really interesting to see, to be honest. I'd be really excited. She kind of teased it as well and asked Leonard, will you be my Valentine, she said, and obviously I accepted. But you know, it's a good little teaser to see potentially what's to come. Now, somebody else who actually looked like they got a Valentine was Raj. You know, he was spending time at the comic book store with Stuart. They threw a party for obviously lonely singles, and some females and some males obviously turned up. Raj was there. He ended up meeting a girl, and you know, he asked her out for a coffee date, and she said yes, and they ended up leaving together. So maybe we see the rest of it in today's episode, the continuation. Maybe this is his, you know, new girlfriend. Who knows? But it was nice to see him, obviously, on Valentine's Day on a high. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you do. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
So then I went to Cambridge, which was wonderful. Not only because it's a good school, but because it totally looks like Hogwarts. Raj is my name and stars are my game. And rhyming is also my game. So, 2 games.
I have to go to the bathroom.
I go to the bathroom too. Sometimes more frequently than I care to admit. I've had it checked out. It's nothing. I have a good feeling about this. I should have bought condoms.
Hello, I'm Dr. Sheldon Cooper. Welcome to Sheldon Cooper Presents Fun with Flags. My apologies that this episode is coming late. I did shoot one last week in honor of Black History Month, but I was informed by my roommate that my spot-on portrayal of George Washington Carver could be considered wildly racist. Please welcome my friend, neighbor, and flag virgin, yet not a real virgin. She's had coitus many times.
Hello.
So, Penny, I understand you would like to learn more about flags.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've been at a party where everyone's talking about flags and I just couldn't join in. I'm sorry, can we just pause for a minute?
What's wrong?
I just think it might look more natural if you talk to me instead of the camera. Yeah, let's try it again, and maybe this time you could work on your body language a bit. You know, when you're all hunched like that, you're shutting the audience out, but when you're relaxed and open, you're inviting them in.
What sort of flag questions keep you awake at night?
Well, I'm from Nebraska, so what can you tell me about the state flag?
Gosh, Penny. What you have for breakfast? A big glass of good question juice? The Nebraska state flag is simply the state seal on a field of blue. Spread your legs, invite them in.
To be fair, I kind of understand what Penny's talking about, if I'm being honest. You know, the fact is, when you're on camera, you're supposed to try and speak as natural as possible. You know what I mean? You don't want somebody who's watching it thinking that somebody's purposely putting on a show for the camera. Does that make sense? So like, you know, I know, for example, from my own personal experience, when I first started this, I talked a lot slower. And the reason is the way I talk right now, this is actually my natural speed in general conversations in real life. You know, if I ever met you on the street, or if you ever seen me or met me, you would get this sort of conversation and speed. And sometimes, you know, people don't understand it. I have actually been to the US before. I've had a conversation with somebody, and then when I've left the room and I've come back, you know, people have said, you know, when you left, the guy was saying, what did that person just say? You know what I mean? They talked for a couple of minutes and I didn't really understand anything that they said. But when I first started this, I kind of slowed myself down so that people could understand me, but it felt unnatural. You know what I mean? It's like Sheldon when he's saying, hello, welcome to Fun with Flex. It's like me saying, another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's like, it's just, you know what I mean? It's just not natural. And the thing is, people think it's easier to talk to the flag. She's saying there, just make it more comfortable, more normal. And people might think, oh, it's dead easy to sit down and make this YouTube video that you're doing. All you're doing is sat here watching this and reacting. I totally get it. If that's your opinion, that's your opinion. I actually personally now think as well, it is easy for me to do it. Now, obviously, setting up the software and stuff like that is a little bit complicated, but that's not on camera. I urge you to just set your phone up, just put it down, sit here and watch an episode. Pretend that you're doing a YouTube video like myself. And see if you can stop, pause, and engage and talk without stuttering, pausing, thinking, oh, that didn't sound right, feeling awkward, feeling embarrassed, you know what I mean? And try and do a conversation as well where you don't, you know, there's a lot of people who get interviewed as well and they pause, and it just doesn't naturally flow. And like Penny was saying, you know, you got to, don't always stare straight at the camera and look at it. I always kind of move because I feel like it's kind of awkward looking straight in head on. But I feel like the advice that she gave him was really good. And I actually do feel like if he takes it and rocks with it and implements it, his videos will be much better and he'll enjoy it a little bit more.
I'm telling you, something's wrong. I can always feel it when Raj is in trouble.
Jeez, how close were you guys before we got married?
Don't look under that rock.
Oh, just because I stopped going to work and answering my phone, you think something bad happened?
Whoa. What?
Smells pretty ripe in here. You kind of feel it in your eyes.
I was humiliated by yet another woman.
You didn't kill her and chop her up. That's not what we're smelling, right?
Took her for coffee and she snuck out the bathroom window to get away from me.
Shake it off.
You can't stay in your apartment for the rest of your life.
Why not? Online shopping and overnight delivery, I can get anything I want. Look, I just ordered a case of Dinty Moore beef stew and 2 live lobsters on Amazon.
Well, I'll be. Look, you can throw in a couple steaks and have a surf and turf.
We're trying to get him out of here, not you in.
Please, leave me alone.
Go to Red Lobster and talk about it. We're all thinking it. I just had the decency to wait for him to leave.
So, how's the final stage of your nicotine addiction study going?
Fine, Mommy's on the phone! Sorry, we've cut the monkeys down to 1 cigarette a day, so things are a little intense. But go with Penny.
Much better than I expected. She even gave me some helpful tips about acting and body language.
Did you tell Penny how helpful she was?
Why would I do that?
Because she's your friend, and she did a nice job. I'm sure she'd like to hear it.
Hey, what's up? You want me to shut the door so you can do your knocking thing?
No, I didn't start yet. It's fine. I was thinking about you helping me out last night, Penny. Penny. That the answer to the question, who did a great job, is you. Penny.
Oh, sweetie, you just made my day.
Okay.
Hey, my acting class is putting on a play Friday night. I could put you and Amy on the guest list.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Why would I want to do that? She tried to rope us into going to her acting class to see a play. Don't worry. Luckily, I had the good sense to drown that kitten in the river.
She helped you with your show. The right thing to do is reciprocate by going to see her play.
Oh, so many crazy rules. Penny. Penny. Penny, you did something nice for me. I'm obligated to do something nice for you. So, yes, I'll go to your dopey play.
Hey, I don't want you to go anymore.
Why not?
You should go because you want to go, not because you have to. Okay, do whatever you want.
Yeah, but no, wait. Do whatever I want? Or whatever I have to want?
I have to want, yeah.
Just come to the play.
All right. I don't want to, but at least that makes sense.
Do you know what's funny is him saying there, like, you know, I don't want to, like, would it be okay if I have to want to go or something? Whatever he just said then, like, it kind of didn't make sense, but it did make sense in the thing. It's because he was told that he has to go, like, he wants to go because he has to want to go. You know what I mean? And again, it's a typical Sheldon, like, can you make me a hot chocolate? I could, but no. What did he say now? He's like, Leonard's like, Sheldon, can you get the door? And he's like, no. Will you get the door? Okay, I will get it. Do you know what I mean? It's like the way you ask him something, he does it. Like I said with a drink, can you make some cocoa? I could. Will you make some cocoa? Okay. You know what I mean? Even though you knew clearly what he was saying the first time that he was asked. Now, good advice from obviously Amy giving it to him there, you know. Penny's done something right and something nice to him. He should do something nice and something right for her back. And it'd be good to actually see her do it. You know, I've always said that I'd like to see Penny do some more acting jobs. She seems to be okay at acting. Every time I've actually seen her put a performance on, I kind of helped Sheldon when he was doing his acting, when he come to her apartment, when he was trying to master it in like 2 days. You know what I mean? She has been in a commercial and that was okay as well. And it'd be good to see her on stage. I think that acting is really hard in my personal opinion. Like I said, you know, sitting in front of a camera and talking and making it natural took quite a bit of time personally for me to have a, you know, go and do before I actually feel like it's kind of normal. And I do personally feel that when I talk and do it, it's kind of like I'm having a conversation with you guys even though you're not there. And I feel like it took a while to get to that stage. And these guys, when they act, you know, it's really, really good. The fact is they do it in front of an audience, and the way that they can do the facial expressions and the mannerisms and the movements, like, you know, Sheldon was like, welcome to Fun with Flags, or whatever he was just saying there. Do you know what I mean? It is just good mannerisms, and I would like to see Penny do more acting, if I'm being honest. If she's going to do a live show, hopefully we see some of it. And like I said, I would love to see her get cast on a recurring TV soap or something like that in this show, just so that her work is successful, because she's always moaning that she never gets that far. But with every time we've seen her, she's been pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't seen Raj in several days. Is he no longer a part of our social group? And if so, should we be interviewing for a replacement?
He's upset because he can't get anywhere with women.
Would it help if I gave him some pointers? I'm just funning you.
I don't know if you remember me, but I was here the other night at your party.
Oh, yeah, you left with Raj.
Let me tell you something. That guy you blew off happens to be my best friend.
Can you just give him this?
Only gonna get like 3 or 4 more chances before you are history.
What is it?
She came back. This is good news. You should celebrate.
I don't want to celebrate.
Raj.
No, you don't get it. I want nothing to do with any woman. My heart is stone. You're a good friend for trying to help, but I've made my choice. Must be strong so I don't stray from my true purpose, the study of the universe.
Gonna call him up and want the number back anyway.
Give me the number.
Yeah, that's him. Is that Hug Boots?
Give me the number.
You can get animals addicted to a harmful substance, you can dissect their brains, but you throw their own feces back at them and suddenly you're unprofessional.
All right, let's get this stupid play over with.
Hang on. Empty your pockets.
Why?
You know why. The Nintendo DS. And the PSP. Now the Game Boy.
Just so you know, this is not a stupid play. Streetcar Named Desire is an American classic.
It's about streetcars. Oh, great. I won't need this.
Oh, do you remember them? Are they called Extra Sketch or something like that? Mate, some people can draw some amazing stuff on them. It's really hard as well.
Hello.
Hi.
Would you like to come in?
Oh, no, I can't stay. Just wanted to say I'm sorry for running out of the coffee shop.
Can you at least tell me what went wrong? It's okay. I can take anything. Unless it's something I did or said or am. Because those are like my buttons.
I kind of have a hard time around people I don't know.
Really?
I saw the flyer in the store window and I made myself go in. I don't even like comic books. I'm kind of broken.
That's great. I'm broken too.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh, I totally am. If it wasn't for this beer, I couldn't even talk to you right now. I'm a wreck.
How do I know you're not just saying that?
Go out with me on one date, and I promise you'll see.
Text me. Bye.
Yeah.
You won't regret it. I'm the most pathetic guy you've ever met. And that, boys and girls, is how it's done.
To be lonely?
He's pretty good, huh?
I love someone too.
But when did they get to the part about streetcars?
All at once, much, much too completely.
Remarkable.
She really is.
Our Penny's a star.
How can she remember all those lines? But as a waitress, she can't remember no tomato on my hamburger.
She probably does it on purpose for him, though, innit? Just to get back at him. The thing as well, though, I've always said it like with actors, is I honestly have no idea how they remember all of the lines. Like, I think that, again, is an unrecognised skill that they have. You might think it's dead easy. It really isn't. Speaking for me personally, like we was talking about the cameras and obviously how I've managed to grow into being able to talk to it, and I kind of feel natural towards it now. Don't feel robotic and talk dead slow like Sheldon does at Welcome to Fun with Flags. Do you know what I mean? But like, I can't read stuff and remember. Small little segments and little words maybe, but like if you give me a page, or if I read a couple of pages in a book, I would totally forget. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know what was there. I would not be able to recall and relay back to you the information that was on that page. And I've never been able to do that from being in school to being now as an adult. I'm terrible at it. You know, I do like listening to audibles. You know, I like books. I like the Harry Potter ones. I absolutely loved them. But the way I read them / listen to them would be through an audible. And the reason why I enjoy it and the way I learn is I'm more of a visual learner. So if it's in life in general, I learn quicker if I see somebody do something and then I can watch them and see how I do it and I pick it up that way. Or if like I was remembering things, you know, it'd be easy in a song, or if it was like, you know, somebody saying something, I can visualize it in my head and I can create the story. So like, for example, you know, I remember an episode of Drake and Josh, the way I learned planets, yeah, was the Drake and Josh episode where they asked him to name the 8th planet from the sun. And he's like, I saw Mercury, then Venus, I saw the Earth, and then Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, you know, Pluto. Like, but that is because it was in a sequence of a song that like helped me learn. And I don't understand how these guys can go through over 280 episodes of this show for 20 minutes long, 22 minutes long, however long they are, and do line after line after line and continuously remember what they're supposed to do. I think it's like a unacknowledged skill that is really impressive, as well as the acting as well. Like Penny's acting on this show just then on stage. When she's in the show acting in a general episode, you don't notice she's acting. But when she's in the show on stage acting, you notice she's acting. And it's like acting on acting. And do you know what I mean? Again, that is a real skill. And, you know, I said earlier on in the episode that it's decent, her acting. Every time we've seen her, she's been pretty good. And she was good then. And it'd be nice to see her in her own storyline, because it is a Big Bang Theory and it is about the scientist, but Penny's there from day one and we're not really seeing her in her profession, and it'd be nice to see, although she's had that commercial once, to kick on and do something. And her friends are giving her acknowledgements as well. And you know, today's episode, she was told by Sheldon that she really helped him, and she felt really good by that. And it'd be nice for her to hear and receive the compliments that they've just given her then to each other, to her face, and see her reaction. So maybe we see that down the line. But yeah, Penny's good, and I would like to see more of her acting skills moving forward. It's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So, you know, the episode started with Raj's date bouncing on him, running away, and it just looked like it was going to be another upsetting, sad episode for him, didn't it? You know what I mean? Went to his apartment, you know, he's let himself go a bit, his hair's all over the place, he's got food all over his clothes, he's in his boxers, his undies, whatever you want to call it. Food everywhere, just chilling, not wanting to leave the apartment, depressed again. But, you know, luckily for him anyway, you know, the female, she come back to the comic book store. She said she was sorry. She gave Howard her phone number and he arranged a meet up. Now, she's explained the situation. She's saying, look, you know, the reason I was there is because I'm, you know, struggling really in crowds and people and get along, and I'm a little bit, you know, socially awkward. And, you know, it was a big step for me to go into that store on Valentine's Day. Now, I don't really like comic books, but, you know, I was going into a place where I could try and engage and get out of my comfort zone. And, you know, I managed to meet you. And, you know, it was going really well. I didn't really know what to say. And, you know, I had to just kind of run away. It was getting a bit too much. And, you know, he's actually explained as well, like, he's kind of damaged, as he was saying it. And, you know, if he wasn't being able to drink his beer right now, they won't be able to talk to each other. But if you give him a chance, you won't regret it. And, you know, we've organised and arranged a future date, which he accepted. And that's really good as well. And, you know, at least Raj started on a happy note, then it went to sad, and then it ended on a happy again. And I'd be really interested, obviously, to see him progress further on with, you know, a female companion. But even if we don't have him having a continuous date like Amy or Penny, or obviously Bernadette. It'd be nice to see him just frequently being happy and engaging with, obviously, the opposite sex. So I'm all for it. I'm excited for it, and I cannot wait. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.